state that. All that will matter again to your hotel reputation. There's so much that the customer can do on social media, TripAdvisor, so definitely the right facilities. If you put yourself, if you're actually going to book online for a hotel, one of the first things you probably want to make sure is they've got a nice bathroom. So if you have a really good, nice bathroom, recently renovated or good bathroom, definitely flaunt it. Of course, not on the home page. It probably won't be a good idea for the home page, but with your room images, flash an image of the bathroom if you have a nice one. Certainly helps. And like I'm saying, if you put yourself in the place of the customer, if you're going to a particular hotel, one of the first things you want to see is the bathroom. So good views, definitely it helps in upselling your hotel. So these are the three things. If you're offering it, for sure flash it on your homepage, on your website, let the OTAs know as well. I mean, consumers are definitely looking for free Wi-Fi. It might mean increasing your rates a bit more, for giving that free Wi-Fi, but definitely today's time and age, I mean, especially the young crowd. I mean, someone like me, I don't know if I'm young, but yeah. So someone like me wouldn't go into a hotel without free Wi-Fi. I wouldn't mind paying a bit more if I have to. But the word free makes a big difference. You might change it if you don't like the word free. You might change it to complimentary. Again, airport transfers. I'm sure South Mumbai probably would be difficult to give free airport transfers or complimentary airport transfers, but most hotels, at least, for example, close to the airport, Malad, flaunt it if you're giving it, and again, your free breakfast. Try and put these things on the front page, because this is what will attract them, especially in overseas places, in Europe, incoming people from Europe. They're not used to kind of free airport transfers, free breakfast. You go to Europe, you don't get free breakfast. Even if you get it, it's really basic. So you might as well flaunt it, for sure. So brand your rooms well. I mean, instead of just putting, you may call it standard room, but why undersell? You can call it an executive room. So have a think what you want to call your rooms. It makes a difference rather than a standard room. So, one of the things which OTAs like is to kind of have more inventory available for them. You already, if you're with the channel manager, you've got the full inventory, which helps. But some OTAs, the more rooms you have available in them, that's one of the algorithms they have built in their system. It's automated. If you may just put, say, 5 rooms, it's fine. You're probably doing that just to kind of sell those 5 rooms. But if you've got 25 rooms, put the 25 rooms, because dynamically one of the algorithms is they will push your hotel higher up within their portal. I know Booking.com does that. So that's just one of the algorithms which they have. So don't be shy to put in those rooms. If the system is good, it just keeps picking it, and if you're sold out, it will close it out. Rate parity, that's another one which all the OTAs are always looking for. A lot of them have got automated systems or even manual. If you don't maintain rate parity, they start moving you down, literally down, and they rather work with partners who are kind of maintaining parity. That's another point where a channel manager helps, for sure. So always make it a point to thank your guests, be at the reception, talk to them, because that's where you'll get positive reviews on your TripAdvisor and your different OTAs. He might be kind of pissed off for various reasons, but if you talk to him, that itself kind of cools him down if you speak well. So it's really changed, times have changed. With social media, there's so much happening. So definitely always speak to your guests as far as possible. So lastly, your account managers with OTAs, definitely, they would make you and even break you if they have to. Keep good relations with them, it's important. to give them feedback. You may be not happy with them, but it's always good to discuss why you're not happy with them. They themselves may be creating great disparity, but talk to them. You know, if you talk to them, it's problem solving really more than anything else. And even if they're kind of really good bookings from them, it's a good idea to thank them for it. Call them for a meal. You know, the whole thing is to interact and be in touch with them. So yeah, I think that's all that I have to share from my side.
Thanks, Arun. I think you have covered 70% of what I planned to cover. So, and thanks guys for coming in. It's been raining here since morning. I'm sure all of us are, hotels based here in South Mumbai or some outside South and North both. Okay. Because unfortunately I do not get to meet most of you guys, so I will not know the hotel partners, but after this session, I'll want to meet up with a lot of you guys and understand. Because a lot of this perspective that I'm going to share right now, part of which Tarun also covered, is essentially around what we can do together. Revenue maximization is just one part of it, and revenues will come in with deeper engagement, with deeper understanding of the business that we have together. So I'll just try and cover some points of, that I wanted to talk about, and some also around, what Tarun talked about in terms of best practices. Obviously, will seem like a continuation of what he was presenting. So, I will continue with that. Cool. So, lots of names here, and this is the current scenario. Just too many names in the market. Very, very difficult to understand, appreciate each and every brand that we come across in our industry. If I ask you 10 different names in technology sector and hospitality, you will have 5 names, 7 names, then another 10 names on channel managers, another 10 names on meta search engines, so many names all around us, right? So the first and foremost part as revenue management teams or people who have to ensure that the hotels are earning the right amounts is to understand the relationships between all these names. So coming quickly, now this one. So this is where the online travel ecosystem comes in. The first is the inspiration part, where people are trying to get inspiration or getting a lot of stimulus from the external market that they have or they are surrounded with, and then going on to various websites to further strengthen their inspiration. So these are some of the sites. So Lonely Planet is a very popular one, where we tend to read probably some magazine, like a place, get inspired, and then do the second part of the trip plan, which is the planning period. Here, we start planning the entire process. It could be an itinerary, it could be a complex package, anything like that. Then we start researching. This is when Google comes in, this is when Trivago, TripAdvisor, so many of them come in. Also OTAs. So a lot of folks who are familiar with the Booking.com and Agoda, various other Orbits, Expedia, they will start coming onto these OTA websites and start looking at content for specific hotels, content for specific destinations and the hotels in these destinations. Then these OTAs will guide them to various hotel partners that are listed on our website. These hotel partners will be coming and getting their inventories from channel managers, and channel managers could be of so many types. And then these channel managers are also distributing to so many separate other distribution channels. Then the final booking happens. The customer can book from any of these various websites, direct booking as well. Booking happens, and then it goes to the travel part, where the customer is in the travel period specifically. During the travel also, he or she is able to now share a lot of reviews, a lot of content is getting generated during his travel. So we see Facebook alerts, we see LinkedIn alerts also now these days, Pinterest alerts. These are all, this is data points getting captured. What Tarun also mentioned, it's a very, I've seen this happen in some of the airline partners specifically, is when, he talked about speaking to your customers. So it is also important to understand who all are the specific customers whom you should focus a lot more on. So look at their LinkedIn scores, look at the number of connections they have. Look at their Facebook, number of people they have on their Facebook, or Pinterest followers, or Twitter followers. These are the kind of people who have a deeper clout in the system, and these are the folks whom you should try and probably give a complimentary upgrade. These are the people who will talk better for your properties, give better reviews, and that is where they are also the opinion leaders in their own segments. So travel period, this is what is happening, and then the travel reviews. So there's TripAdvisor, there is Holiday IQ, there are so many other review sites now. So this is the entire process now. I'll quickly move on to, and this is very basic stuff. Earlier what was happening in terms of the same specific pointers of travel, from inspiration to research to planning, purchase and on the trip. So earlier things were very offline. Friends and families were the inspiration, friends and family were the research. Google started off, some basic OTAs were there. Planning was essentially with the local travel agents. Even now, in some of the complex itineraries, the planning is still at a local travel agent level. But a lot of this has moved online, a lot of this has moved on mobile. So I'll quickly move on from this. So this is where, we keep hearing that, OTAs, whether the hotel benefits from the OTAs or not, right? So while, yes, people will want to talk about a lot of things when, especially when OTA discussions are happening, but there is definite research which is there. Conrad has done this study. So hotels which were listed higher on Expedia tended to have 7.5 to 26% increase in their business by just being placed higher on the Expedia website. We have seen similar stuff happening on Make My Trip website. I do not know about the other websites, but one was an openly available secondary source data, and our website also has this significant this thing. Almost, so this is another analysis which is there. In the top 30 listed properties, 35 to 50% of the business happens in India, especially. Now what happens is Indian customer does not use the filters as much on the website, right? So that is why the direct customer who is coming on the website essentially is looking at a popularity listed hotel listing, and that is where he is usually booking most of his trips from. So this is where, and this is called the billboard effect, and this has been there for most of the hotel partners in India. We have been in this business last 10 years, and what we have seen is that hotels which are ranked higher definitely gain. There are other inorganic ways of gaining also from the business, but this is an organic gain which the hotel gets as it is. So some very important stuff when a hotel, how do you maximize from? So while OTAs will give you business what they can, right? You can also maximize from the billboard effect by getting direct bookings, right? How do you maximize that? So Tarun talked a lot about this. So content, 360-degree content review is critical for this. You have to ensure that the hotel's USPs are mentioned. The best view rooms, the best view pictures, the location advantage the hotel has. If there is anything, speciality in terms of restaurant that they have, all of these pointers, if clearly mentioned, can give you a lot of direct business while you are listed high on the OTA sequencing. Inclusions matter a lot. Tarun talked about free Wi-Fi, free all of this. Super critical to have some specific inclusions which the customer will start noticing and get excited about, right? And then he will call you direct, again, go for that business. Promotions, very important to have the right set of promotions. In India, especially what we have seen on the OTAs, the domestic customer tends to book very last minute. Have last minute promotion more importantly than any 15-day advance or 20-day advance kind of promotions. very important to have the right cancellation policy. Nobody is booking to cancel a booking, but at the same time, if the cancellation policy is non-refundable, the excitement is gone. You better have some, while free Wi-Fi and all of this becomes very exciting, you would have noticed on booking.com, on Expedia, on Make My Trip, we are also talking about free cancellation. And nowadays with the pay-at-hotel model being so popular, that free cancellation process is very, very critical now. Whether it is 24 hours or 48 hours is fine, but it cannot be non-refundable for sure. We have to have flexibility around that. So, Tarun already shared how the algorithm works, but this is the algorithm that we kind of use for listing a hotel on our website. So, comparative rates, most important. If the rate parity is not there, we will push down the hotel, however good the hotel is. Reviews on the site and on-site content. If the reviews, so TripAdvisor reviews, Make My Trip reviews have to be above 3 for a hotel to be very highly rated on the website. Similarly, the on-site content of the hotel, if the hotel's content is anything less than 150 words, the restaurant level content is not there, room level images are not there, we may not be able to sell the hotel only, so why we would put it up right there. Availability, again, we talked about this, as much the better, right? Because again, it's simple, it's like a Google AdWord, right? We look at the intent of the hotel when we are looking at the inventory being given to us. If it is a 1 or 2 room, I don't think the hotel is treating us seriously. I don't think this relationship is serious right now, right? But at the same time, if it is 5, 10, 15, or if it is a percentage, high percentage of their overall room count. So if it is 10-15% of their overall room count, that is making a lot of long-term intent for me, right? Margins, yes, it plays a very important role. Bounce rate and cancellations, very, very important. Cancellation as flexible as possible, I talked about it. Bounce rate, 1 or 2 bounces in an entire quarter, in an entire year is understandable. Overbooking can happen, but anything beyond that, we seriously need some really good channel managers to manage your inventory set. Searches and popularity, again, very important that you are listed. It actually does not work to our benefit if you are just listed on one website, right? It works to our benefit when you are listed on a lot of websites, because your SEO is getting stronger, your own presence is getting stronger, and people are aware of you as a brand, and they are aware of me as a good partner. So loyalties can kick in and we can start producing more business for your hotel. And production, of course, if your hotel has a good production history, and with us, right, your algorithm will obviously push you up on the Make My Trip sequencing. So this is the only platform where you will get to hear about this. Cool. Selling on OTAs, and this is more around how do you sell, how do you maximize revenues. Very simple stuff. I talked in the previous slide also. Some of the stuff I will quickly skip. Images, descriptions, point of interest, very important. A lot of hotels I see even now who do not mention which are the important hospitals around their hotels. What are the important metro junction points around their hotels? What are the important shopping arcades? What are the important business houses which are next to their hotels? These are all important aspects which a customer might be looking. Now today if I write, I don't know a lot about this place, but maybe hotels near, I will take my office as example, hotels near MIDC. Now if MIDC is written in the hotel's content, then the SEO page will capture it somewhere and show one of the hotels as a Tungar, I think Tungar hotel is there, Aura Grande is there, there are some more hotels which are there. So then only it will capture. Otherwise, if the hotel content doesn't say MIDC area, it will never show up. It will only show up in the searches which are happening for the location which is Andheri. So these are stuff that the hotel has to focus a lot more. And it is not only the OTAs but even your own website. Your own website SEO will also start showing up only when you include all these keywords. Otherwise, the hotels will just not feature in the right set of keywords. Improve your social media presence, very, very important. You should be available on Facebook, various places for you to generate a lot of direct customer user generated content. Because this is where people tend to believe each other. Travelers want to believe travelers don't want to believe OTAs, travelers don't want to believe the hotels. They want to believe their own, folks, which is the rest of the travelers. Focus on the last minute. Tarun also talked about it. Actually, everybody is now talking about it. This is where the revenues are the maximum, right? And you can, especially in India, the market is so dynamic, and the good part is people also plan their travel very late. You can enjoy the best of rates on the last room available. It depends totally whether it is an inventory game or whether it is a rate game. But you can definitely have a lot of impact on the last room available. So I'll just take an example. There are a lot of hotels, now in the new generation of set of hotels, where almost 70-80% of their business is only from OTAs. So there's this hotel, and actually a lot of hotels now in Goa, where 60% is an average that they have in terms of bookings from other OTAs. The next level of revenue management, we talked a lot about direct OTAs, we talked a lot about direct to the hotel website. What else can we do together? So opaque pricing. Every hotel has been giving bundling, packaging rates, inbound specific rates, so many offline kind of rates to their travel agents. The same set of rates can be used here for packaging, and this packaging then happens